Can you give an example of a time when your attention to detail helped you avoid a mistake?
In my last job, I was responsible for entering data into a system. One day, I noticed a small error in a report before it was sent out. I double-checked the numbers and found that I had entered one figure incorrectly. Because I caught it in time, we avoided sending out incorrect information to our clients.
How do you ensure accuracy in your work?
I always make a checklist for my tasks. For example, when I was organizing an event, I listed everything I needed to do, from booking the venue to sending invitations. This way, I could check off each item and ensure nothing was missed.
Describe a project where your attention to detail was critical.
I worked on a project that required creating a detailed budget. I carefully reviewed all expenses and compared them to previous projects. This attention to detail helped us stay within budget and even save some money for future projects.
What steps do you take to avoid errors in your work?
I always take my time to review my work before submitting it. For instance, when I write reports, I read them over several times and sometimes ask a colleague to review them as well. This helps catch any mistakes I might have missed.
How do you handle tasks that require a lot of detail?
I break down larger tasks into smaller steps. For example, when I was managing inventory, I created a detailed spreadsheet to track each item. This made it easier to see what we had and what we needed to order.
How do you prioritize tasks that require attention to detail?
I prioritize tasks based on deadlines and complexity. For example, if I have a report due soon that requires a lot of precise data, I make that my top priority. I start by gathering all the necessary information, and then work through it step by step to ensure accuracy.
Tell me about a time when you had to learn something new that required a lot of attention to detail.
When I started my last job, I had to learn a new software for data analysis. It was complex, and I had to pay close attention to how data was entered and analyzed. I spent extra time going through the tutorials and practicing, which helped me become proficient quickly and avoid mistakes.
How do you handle repetitive tasks that require attention to detail?
I find ways to stay motivated and engaged. For example, when I worked in data entry, I set small goals for myself, like completing a certain number of entries in a set time. This kept me focused, and I always double-checked my work to maintain accuracy.
Can you describe a situation where you had to pay attention to detail under pressure?
Once, I was part of a project team that faced a tight deadline. We had to prepare a presentation for a client. I carefully reviewed all the slides, checking for spelling errors and ensuring the data was accurate, even when the pressure was on. My attention to detail helped our team deliver a polished final product.